All right, man. So you've been waiting a long time for this, and the wait, you didn't even want to wait for it because you got here early. And so just tell me how excited you are to finally be wearing what your process test and all the process is over, and now it's time to just
Yeah, it's amazing. All the hard stuff's over, and now it's just fun. I've been dreaming of this since I watched 2019 Big West Championship here, so it's been a long time waiting, but super excited to get out there and get my career started.
Standing here right now and seeing these empty seats and imagining the people that will be in here cheering you guys on, how excited is that for you?
It's too much to talk about. I mean, I've been up there, and I feel like it's a different animal being down here, so it's definitely excited, a little nervous, not gonna lie, but it's a dream come true. I'm ready.
What's the conversation that you're having with yourself as far as getting ready for this first match, knowing that the shoes that you're attempting to fill and trying to kind of, focus on yourself and not focus on the shoes that you're filling?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go through your daily routine. I have my own things that I go through. Try to focus one step at a time, and try not to get too big of a head of all this happening. Just focus on what's in front of you, and one thing at a time to help your team win.
How was your national team experience prepared you for a moment like this?
It's good. It's definitely the closest athletically and high level volleyball I've seen before here. The crowds are not like this, but it's definitely the biggest I've seen. So it's good. It's good preparation for what I'm about to go through.
Yeah, kind of talk about, not just but just talk about the opportunity that is kind of in front of yourself to not only try to fill those shoes, but to carve out your own history here during your time.
Yeah, I mean, LA and Worsley have obviously been a big part of this history, and my job is just to add to it. I'm doing everything I can to help these seniors get another one, and really anything I can do to bring on that legacy of great UA setters.
To that point, what is the working through the off-season? How is the relationship with the rest of the
It's good. They're definitely bringing me along, teaching me a lot of things, a lot of hitter connection things that we just have to work through. But it's been a lot of work. Milan right there has been doing a great job getting us prepared, and it's great. We worked really hard to get to here. So now it's just, like I said, the fun part.
Kind of following up on that, you've obviously played with a lot of good players, but coming into this program, practicing with this group, what just maybe are a couple things that have stood out to you about the guys you're going to play with this year?
Their volleyball IQ is something I've never seen before. The way they see the game is a lot different than a lot of the people I've been playing with, so it's great to learn from them. Just kind of sit there, listen, digest, and kind of absorb everything that I can from these people who have been to big-time games and delivered. So, yeah.
When you talk about Thursday's season opener and against Loyola, just get the season up on the right foot and get moving.
Yeah, we try not to focus on results here. It's kind of do what we can throughout the game, play our own side. But we're definitely excited to get the season going the right way and take care of business at home in front of our amazing fans.
All right, man. So I imagine you've been waiting a long time for this, to be able to get into this arena and picture all the fans that are going to be in here for what is your last ride. Tell me how excited you are to get this going.
No, I'm super excited. I've waited 5 years to start my last game, and I've seen so many come before me, and they kind of paved the way, and so I'm excited to end my journey with a bang.
When you walk to this and this guy walks away and he should be a senior in high school this year, how much does that blow your mind as far as the position he's in and the amount of pressure that is and how he's handling it?
No, yeah, Tread's an incredible athlete. He holds himself to a high standard. He's very professional, and we love to see that out of a setter, even though how young he is, but it's good to see him grow, and we're going to continue to watch him grow throughout the years.
What's it like building that connection with him? Did you have much time with him, like in the offseason, for example? And, yeah, how's that grown?
It's grown a good amount. I'd say we saw the best when we were out in Japan. We got to play against some other guys and see the different tempos that he can run and see what he was capable of. And so I just know he's just going to continue to get better. But we spent time with it.
You mentioned this being his final ride, but just when you think back to your first day before opening night till now, how do you just think, how has this whole kind of journey for you kind of gone the last 4 or 5 years?
I think it's gone pretty well. I mean, we won a couple of national championships, so I'd say it went pretty well. But I mean, going back to my freshman year, I was so nervous coming into here and not really knowing too many people and stuff. But now I feel like I've earned the position to be here and surrounded by friends and family, so I'm excited.
And to that point, kind of your last ride, talk about the expectations of this team. Obviously, so years, what is kind of realistic goal or the goals of this team going into this season?
I think the goals remain the same as previous years. I mean, we want to be there at the end of the year in the big game, the one that matters to us. So I think we are holding ourselves to a high standard, and the bar is still high, and we're going to go after it and get after it.
All right, Coach, so not your first rodeo. You've been through these a whole lot of times, and seeing the excitement that you're seeing out of your team for opening night, how excited did that make you?
Yeah, really cool. You see that certain days throughout the year, and this is one of them, and tomorrow will be as well. So guys are pretty fired up, a little different energy in here today, and it's fun to be a part of.
We were just talking to Tread, and it's incredible how young he is, yet how poised he is for this opportunity that is in front of him. I imagine that he knew this was a possibility, but how surprising to see someone as young as he is carry this kind of...
Yeah, it really is impressive. He is an impressive young man, both on and off the court, great student, mature beyond his years in that respect, but I would also caution, be patient. He's 17. There'll probably be some rough spots, but so far so good. He's really competed at a high level, and excited him to get out and show everybody what he can do.
Do you feel like it's a perfect storm for a situation like this when you look around and there is Spiros and Chaz and Guillermo? I mean, all these guys with all this experience that they can help to the move win.
Yeah, and that's really how we ended up coming early is that he came and watched us play in Irvine in October of what was then like his junior year, and after the game he came up to me and said, I want to play with those guys. And he kind of put the whole academic thing into hyperdrive, and here he is. So he's a pretty goal-oriented guy and goes after things and gets them accomplished.
You've been blessed with some really high-level setters the last few years, right? So how does his skill set maybe contrast with some of those guys, or are there some similarities?
Yeah, there's both of that. I've kind of jokingly said he's 6'10", Joe Worsley. He's got some of that in him, but he's still 17. And one of the things too, like all three setters, we really have had to make a focus to play the ball higher. They're tall. They're all three of them are really tall, so we're playing the ball a little higher. And I got to remind him too that the offense that Jakob Telly ran as a senior and that Joe Worsley ran as a senior was not the one they were as a freshman. So to be patient and really focus on making sure that they're hittable balls, we kind of keep it simple. And the idea is to side out and get the ball back and serve and play defense.
Coach, we just talked to Chaz. Everyone remembers the first time they saw him, and here's this kid that can jump out of the building. But how has he kind of grown over the years into the player he is going into this season?
Yeah, he really has matured and become a better leader for us, and he evolved his game. He's become one of the best receivers in the country. He still has that just gifted fast jump, fast arm. He's stronger than he has been. He had a summer with the national team in the gym, so that's really kind of served him well. He's had an amazing career here, even though some... he's, as a teenager, he's had some kind of, peaks and valleys in his performance, but he's always played well when it counted. He's played well in big matches for us, and really excited to see his senior year.
Coach, can you just talk about, obviously, the challenge of replacing Jakob and Demi, and really that is obviously a challenge for you guys as you start the season.
Yeah, and similar to the challenge replacing Joe Worsley and Rado Parapunov and Steinvent, just kind of go down the list. I mean, that's just kind of where we've been living here for several years, and I don't in any way expect that we're going to, just have no drama and no adversity along the way. In fact, quite the opposite. I just think that's natural with, a number of new guys on the team and on the floor. you know, between Kurt and Aleu, and the setter's going to be new and the opposite's going to be new. So it won't be seamless. I mean, there'll be some rough moments, but I think we really have the pieces to not only be a really good team, but to be the best team again at the end of the year.